So today we're going to try something a little bit different to see if you all like it or not. Generally, I edit these videos down to get rid of all the driving between my talking. So I just cut out everything that doesn't have me talking, and it shortens it down quite a bit and everything. But I've had some interest in showing more. This was particularly around the parking, where I will take my 5-minute parking jobs and cut them down to maybe 30 seconds and just tell you how long it took. But it did make me think that maybe I would try a little bit different of an approach to the videos and just leave everything in there from start to finish on one of these deliveries to see what you think. Please put a comment if you agree or disagree about this. You guys telling me what you like is how I will shape this channel going forward. I will cut out things like sometimes I pop onto the map and take a look at when things are coming up and stuff like that. I'll cut those things out, so it's just basically me chatting or me driving. But otherwise, yeah, let's go ahead and take a look and see how it goes today. So you'll also notice I got the mod for the minimal interface up and running now. So the nav stuff is gone. I'm just using the navigation inside the truck itself. I think it makes a little bit nicer of a presentation. So now, all right, so let's talk a little bit about this actual delivery that we're doing. That's a really beautiful sky. Today we are delivering a hay baler over to Colby. This would be the first delivery that is part of the farm equipment DLC. This is one of the new deliveries that they include. I'll pop out and take a look at it right here. It's actually pretty nice. But yeah, it's an impressive piece of machinery. So when I was growing up as a little kid, I actually grew up on a small farm, not a big one. We didn't. It wasn't like how we made our living or anything like that. But it was just something that my dad and brother and sister enjoyed. So, but we had a hay field, and once a year we would have to go out and they would cut all the hay down. We had a tractor to do that, and then my dad would borrow a baler from a friend, or they would come over and use it themselves, and they would go and bale up all the hay, and then we would drive around and pick it all up, load it into a pickup truck, and then go stick it in the barn. So at the time I really hated it. I'm not much of a farmer, honestly, not in real life. But it did not look like that. That's an impressive one. I think that this is, from fiddling around in Farming Simulator, I think this is one of those ones that produces those round bales and then wraps like this plastic stuff around them. They're actually pretty cool to see. But yeah, it's a pretty nifty piece of equipment. So I had talked a little bit about wanting to upgrade the engine on this truck when I hit level 6, and I hit level 6 a little while ago. And before this episode, I had to do a couple of repairs. I had a little bit of damage on the truck, and I wanted to sleep and fuel up and everything, so I wouldn't have to worry about any of that during the drive. was over there getting the truck repaired, I took a look at what it would cost me to upgrade the engine and everything, and I kind of decided I don't think I'm going to do it, at least right now, because I haven't had any trouble hauling things with the truck as it is. Kansas is really flat. There's no mountains here to speak of, so none of the cargo that I picked up has been that heavy. So I think I'm going to leave it for a little while. Basically, if I wanted to upgrade a few other things besides the engine, like the transmission and all that, it was going to end up costing me like $30,000, which would wipe out a pretty good size amount of the money that I already have right now. So I don't think it's worth it. I think what I'll probably more likely do is maybe when I finish up Kansas and I start heading back west again, I think I'm going to maybe take out another loan and buy a new garage, buy a new truck, and then hire a driver to drive this truck, and I'll go buy something that's a little more powerful. By that time I should have a couple more levels under my belt and a good amount more money, so I can buy something a little nicer. So so I think that'll be the plan for now. If I end up running across something that this truck is struggling with, maybe I'll reconsider, but for now I don't think it's really worth spending the money. So as we're getting a little closer to Colby, I'll talk a little bit about the stuff I learned about this place. Now, this is the definition of a small town. It is microscopic. This entire town is something like 3.5 square miles. So barely into it. The population is 5,500 people, so it's not a ghost town or anything like that, but it's pretty small. It doesn't have anything to do with Colby cheese. Colby cheese is named after another town named Colby in Wisconsin. But one of the interesting things I learned about this town was that for something so small, it is the media broadcast center for this entire area of the state. Within this city, or within this town, there's 1 AM, 4 FM, and 2 television stations, all broadcasting out of here. It must have something to do with the location or whatever, but I thought that was kind of interesting, because that's about all there is here. The only other, there's a couple points of interest. There's what's called the Thomas County Courthouse, which is actually a National Historic Site. And they have the Prairie Museum of Art. And it's a museum, but the one interesting thing about that place is that I guess it has, one of its exhibits is called the, the Cooper Barn. And the Cooper Barn is, at least according to them, the largest barn in Kansas. So we have the largest barn in Kansas sitting at, that was a little pop-in right there. The largest barn in Kansas, inside Colby. So I thought that was all kind of interesting. Even though it's a really small town with not much there, there's still stuff to see. And check out that plane crop dusting over there. That is awesome. I wonder if he's gonna make another pass. Oh, that's really great. Yeah, check him out. Let's pop that out there a little bit. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, he's actually doing a bunch of, he's not just doing circles. Oh, that's great. And we got a nice farm over there. Cool. Yeah, a lot of farming country out here. dusting the road practically. That's really great. I like they do that quite a bit, like lots of little interesting animations that are happening in the background that just kind of give the world some life, things to look at. So I do kind of appreciate that stuff. Speed trap, and we have officially discovered Colby, so that brings our total up to 8 or 9 cities. And there is a photo opportunity, and that would be the colored house that I was talking about. Let's go ahead and pop out here. We're gonna get a screenshot of that. See if we can get in a little closer. It's not a great angle. Yeah, it's tucked away back there. Let's all right, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and get the photo just so I get the credit. But I think what I'm gonna do is, all right, there we go. I'm gonna stop right here. I'm gonna pop into the developer mode, developer camera. This is a kind of nice way that you can bop around, but it doesn't let you control weather and time of day like the photo mode does. But that is pretty nice. We're gonna, yeah, I think we're gonna just kind of freeze that there, and I can make that my screenshot. We'll see. All right, nice. distance. We are just about at our destination, where we're going to drop off. And as I said, we're gonna see how the parking goes. You're gonna, since I'm leaving it all in, we'll see how well I do. All right, we're gonna do the good stuff, the hard one, and let's go forward. All right, so it is. Oh, look at that. Tucked away in the back there, some kind of scale or something. Interesting. All right, I think I'm gonna have to kind of tuck around here, and this is gonna be interesting. I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna get around this. We'll see if I can pull a U-turn. Nope. Let's try that one more time. Hopefully we don't hit the building this time. Alright. We're going to have to jackknife this thing and see if I can get it around in the other direction. And then... Nope. There we go. There. And let's get over to the left as much as we can. Now let's take a look at... Oh, look at that. That's actually really good. Alright, so we are going to... We're going to push this around and see if I can get it on the first shot. Alright. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Alright, I'm kind of happy with this. I'm probably going to have to pull forward once, but that's alright. I don't mind that. Yeah, I'm going to need to pull forward once to get over a little further, but I got to admit that's pretty impressive. I thought this was going to be a lot harder. Of course, now that I said that, I'm sure I'm going to have a bear of a time doing this easy piece right here of moving it over. Watch what's going to happen. We're going to have to pull back and forth like 5 times to get it. Yep. Ended up off. There we go. Actually, I wonder if I had just backed up a little bit further if I would have gotten credit. But not bad at all. That was, what, a couple of minutes tops? Alright, so we've gotten ourselves another 5,800. Still not level 7. Alright, well, that didn't take too long, so I think I'm going to go ahead and grab one more quick delivery, something short, and I will be right back. Alright, so I went and grabbed a job that takes us over to Garden City. It's pretty boring cargo. It's used packaging, so I guess a bunch of cardboard boxes basically, but it won't be very heavy at least. But yeah, so that'll take us over to Garden City. That'll get us another city today for the achievement and the live event. I'm not sure if there's any any viewpoints or anything like that along the way, but we will see. But it looks like what, we only got 3 miles to get over to pick up the new trailer. Picket, yeah, it's a grocery store, so yeah, probably a bunch of empty cardboard boxes. Where's the trailer? There it is. All right, let's go ahead there and pick that thing up. At that red light back there, I popped back out again real quick to take another screen capture. I got rid of the mirror on my UI so that I could get something a little bit nicer looking. All right, let's get there. I'm a little close to that wall. Ugh. Yeah, that's kind of ugly, but I did get it. All right. Let's head on out. Alright, so I just checked the map real quick, and there are no viewpoints or anything like that. There's a photo opportunity once we get to Garden City, and a question mark, which I think looks like a Peterbilt dealer or something like that. So we're going to go ahead and get both of those as part of this drive. I'm also going to pop out real quick so I can take a look at what Garden City has to offer, because I don't know anything about it, and I want to be able to talk about it when we get a little bit closer. Alright, I'm all set. I'll wait until I get a little bit closer to town to talk about it, but I found a couple of interesting little factoids about Garden City. This is going to be the 9th city that we discover and drop off to, deliver to. So after this, we're only going to have 5 cities left in Kansas to discover. And we'll also finish up the event at that point. And then after that, we'll start going through some of the other more difficult achievements that are part of this DLC. And we got another plane. Oh, is that the crop duster? That's the crop duster we saw before. He's still at it. I guess it does take a while to dust crops. this is kind of interesting right over here. You see those big giant fields. There's not a tree to be seen because that's all farmland. But they left a bunch of trees there around the farmhouse and everything to make it pretty. I think that's it's actually kind of nice, since yeah, all that flat, wide open space, I think would get a little boring after a while. You need some trees and things to pretty the whole area up. Those things there on the right there, those are kind of interesting. There were some earlier that they showed, and what they do is they pump fertilizer through those, and then they kind of roll. So basically they'll just set this thing up and they'll just start pumping fertilizer out of it, and then they just push it along, and it's a good way to kind of fertilize these gigantic fields, because they're massive. Trying to do them little by little would take forever. I do wonder if they... Oh, look at that, an oil derrick. A little tiny one. I do wonder if they also put just water through there if they're in a drought to irrigate. Not really quite sure about that. That was kind of neat. Tiny oil drill. Are there any others over there? Nope. Carcass over there, most likely. And they're all looking around for it. Ah, there we go. Right over here. Hold on. I'm gonna come around the corner and we're gonna pass it really soon. But those fertilizer things I was talking about, there's ones right over here on the left that are spraying. Right there. You can see that's what they look like when they're working. And if you, let's see if we can see them. If you look, you can see that there are some wheels on the bottom. That's I don't want to run into anything. That's how they move. They roll along those wheels. I'm not sure if there's a motor on them or if they get pulled or something, but yeah, they're pretty nifty. Garden City. We're doing a quick little detour to go pick up that Peterbilt dealership. So while we're doing that, we'll start talking about what I learned about Garden City. Not as small as Colby was, but this is very much an agricultural economy here. Basically, what you'll find here is you will find some of those grain elevators, which we've seen several of those grain elevators spread over Kansas. Those gigantic silos that you need elevators to get up to the top to because they're so massive. So there are some of those. There's the dealership. Yep, and it was a Peterbilt. Pull a U-turn right here. Yeah, so there are some of those. There is a meat packing plant, which looks to be owned by Tyson. So the Tyson meat packing plant is here. They are actually the largest employer in the town. And the one really interesting thing, because those are all, not too interesting, but the one interesting thing is there is a pool, like a swimming pool, that is located in this town that is the size of a football field. This pool is, and it's called the Big Pool. That's what they call it. And this thing is big enough that you can water ski in this pool if you want to. It's something else. There is a photo opportunity that is inside this town, and I'm really, really hoping that photo opportunity is for this pool, because the idea of a pool that is the size of a football field is bonkers. And evidently, the original pool was hand dug. So I just don't know what they were thinking. I don't understand it, but hey, Garden City, it's got a gigantic pool. So we'll catch up in a minute when we get closer to town, and hopefully that photo op will let us see the pool. And even if not, I will pop out into the developer camera and see if they put it in here somewhere for us to see. I really hope they did. Oh, don't hit that guy. Well, the photo op is right up there on the left, and I see something that looks like a big water slide. So I am feeling pretty confident that this is going to be the swimming pool. But we will know for sure very shortly. Let's get up a little further here. And it's another one that's set way off the road. All right, let's pop out and see what we got. No, it's the indoor water park. Well, all right. Well, not as exciting as a big pool, but let's take a picture of it anyway. It's a nice framing. Maybe I can use it. But I am going to, let's stop right here. We're just going to hold up traffic. I am going to pop up into the sky, and I'm going to look around and see if I can see a giant pool around here. No, I see. Oh, those are interesting, those round fields. Huh. Whoa. Uh-oh. What's that? Hold it. Wait, did I lose it? I thought I saw something, but nope. Nope. We're getting some graphical weirdness. Yeah, I don't see any big pool. That is a bummer. I wish... that's too bad. So we got an indoor water park. But yeah, definitely not as cool. Not as cool at all. All right, well, we are almost at the end. Let's go ahead and drop this off. Yeah, we got a really long line of traffic behind us. But we are dropping off straight ahead. And this is the, what is this, used packaging? Yeah, so cardboard boxes. They are going to go right over to here. So I think I am going to also, even though I'm keeping the editing down to a minimum, I think I'll also edit out red lights. Because I was sitting there at that red light there, and I'm like, I can't imagine anybody wants to sit there and watch me sit at a red light. So I'm also going to cut those out. Oh, this is going to be pretty tight. All right, where is this? All right, right there. Let's see if we can get. We've got a good amount of room here, so if we can just pull forward, if I can straighten the truck out enough, we can just back straight up. And I think, yeah, we'll have to maneuver it a little bit, but I think we got enough room there. Wow, look at that! Look at that! See that truck? His front end is stuck right out. They did that on purpose. All right, well, let's see if we can. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, that guy, look at him. Just left that thing. All right. There we go. That's not bad. Although it does, I think I'm going to hit that guy. Hold on. Let's take a look at it. Ah. Nope. No, that's not. That's way off. I just turned the wrong direction there for a second. Yeah. All right. There we go. There we go. Plenty of room around that guy now. And I think we're gonna get it. Let's just drift right back. Maybe push that over a little bit. Oh, look at that. That's pretty good. Let's speed it up. We are golden. That is just about perfect. Nice. That's pretty good. I kind of figured I was going to really screw up the parking today because of showing it all, but both those park jobs weren't too bad at all. All right, so we got $3 grand. We have finally hit level 7. So I'm going to go off of these for a little while. I'm going to start adding to the high value and fragile cargo so we can start earning a little more for these types of missions that we do. I kind of regret putting these 2 in up here. I think more points in here would be getting us more money. We'd have better results, but that's okay. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. All right. So with that will wrap up this episode. We did get a good amount done today. We visited and delivered to 2 more cities. So that brings our Discover, let me see that list. Discover Cities and Live Event are both at 9 out of 14. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Yep, 9 out of 14. So 5 cities left on both of those. I am very much interested in what you all think of the new format, leaving the driving in. If you don't, do you think it's boring? Do you like seeing it? What other suggestions you might have? But yeah, otherwise, I'm going to try this out for a little bit and see how it does. In the meantime, I would ask that you please hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and always leave comments, because all of those things will help the channel to grow, helps me to learn what you like as an audience. And yeah, until next time, I'll see you later.